students, good morning everyone. So here now we are going to start with the next part of your syllabus, and here we have to do the concepts of marketing. So first of all, we'll start with chapter number 14, Introduction to Accounting, and in this session we'll cover the concept of market and especially the traditional markets. So you all go to the market, you all visit to a place where you want to buy commodities. So that is a market where you assemble, you, me, your neighbors, your parents, your relatives, all of you gathered at a place and you buy the things which you need at your home for consumption. So that particular place is known as a market. Before starting with the topic, let me first introduce you with the chapter. So here in this chapter you will cover the concepts, features and functions of marketing, meaning and types of markets, traditional and modern marketing, the concept of marketing and selling, that is how are they related and how selling is different from marketing, objectives and importance of marketing, and the last is non-traditional markets. Now let me give you an example here. Rajan has to organize a marriage event of her daughter. Now for the function he has to arrange gold, vegetables and fruits in large quantity. So he decides to visit KKC Sabji Mandi, Walla, Amritsar. So it's a traditional wholesale market of vegetables and fruits where exchange concept takes place. Now the next thing which he wants is gold. For buying pure gold for her daughter, he decides to visit Gatta Market, Guru Bazar. You all are very familiar with this name. You all must have been visited Guru Bazar, right? Now for buying grocery, sanitary items, cookware, blankets at wholesale rates but under a single roof, he decides to visit Metro, which is at National Highway 1 bypass opposite Khanna Paper Mills. So in this way he visited different places to get his need fulfilled for his own consumption. Let us take another example. After IOC, HPCL, BPCL and IBP, Reliance also needs to be careful with its dealer-owned, dealer-operated stations, that is DODOs. It leads to the emergence of a retail market. Reliance Industries Limited has licenses to open 5,000 petrol pumps in India. Another example is of Rishabh Four Wheels Reliance Petrol Pump. It is at GT Road, Bashmarpura, Amritsar. Another example we can also take if we go for a retail market like Oriental Carpet Manufacturers, abbreviated as OCM. It is situated at Chhiata. You all must have seen it. Amritsar, it's a world-class mill with growing international presence. It creates a terminal market also by opening a retail outlet. Let me give you some examples of successful customer companies who have created customer initiatives. Unilever, IKEA, DeWalt, Lego, Heineken, DHL, Anheuser-Busch, BMW, General Mills, Coca-Cola. So all these show you a part of a market where the money is invested, and that is known as capital market. Now let us first talk about Unilever. Unilever is one of the world's largest consumer goods companies, owing over 400 well recognized brands which can be Dove, Lipton, Best Foods and many more, establishing a commodity market. So look here, Unilever is a commodity market. It has its operations in 190 countries and products are used by 2.5 billion people on a daily basis. Unilever has a massive pool of customers from which to source ideas and solutions to product development questions. Moreover, it puts this resource to use. Unilever actively looks to its customer base for product solutions, asking startups, academics, designers and customers for bringing up more ideas and suggestions. Now, whenever a consumer or a customer go into a buying process, first of all, he recognize his need, that what does he want. Then he search that how he can fulfill his need, that is where he can get the commodity he is looking for. Then he look for the various places, he look for the various approaches where he can get those goods. Then ultimately he make a buying decision that now I can purchase because this product is available according to my own choice and at a reasonable price. So after that, a post-purchase evaluation is done. Post-purchase evaluation is like, am I satisfied with the product I have bought? Can I get it a little bit cheaper? So this is a kind of post-purchase evaluation. Mukesh Ambani said to try his hand at e-commerce through his own new venture called JioMart. JioMart is an online grocery store that aims to provide 50,000 plus grocery products at competitive discounts and express delivery at your doorstep. It follows an on-demand model. The company will avoid the system of warehousing and will partner with local retailers who will source the grocery products and they will deliver it to the customers. JioMart will operate on the online to offline business model. The JioMart app is available for download on Google Play Store and on Apple Store also. Now, this is an example. A JioMart is an example of a virtual market, that is online market. A market, a place, it is based on internet where numerous companies execute economic transactions. Amazon, eBay. So these are some popular examples of virtual market places. Also known as e-commerce marketplaces. Such sites may feature individual traders, large-scale manufacturers of goods or anything in between. Next, key terms. So we have here in this session we have to cover consumer, customer, market, marketer, marketing, product, service, social marketing, stakeholders, standardization and virtual market. So first of all, the concept of marketing. An organization should strive to satisfy its customer wants and needs while meeting the organizational goals. So for what the organization is doing only to make its customers happy and to achieve its goal. Before starting with the concepts, let me first introduce you with the learning objectives of this chapter. First of all, understand the place and contribution of marketing to the business enterprise. Define primary and secondary source of information. Give examples of methods used to collect primary data. Give examples of sources for secondary data. Compare and contrast the advantages and disadvantages of both types of data. Describe major bases for segmenting consumer and business markets. Define and be able to apply the 3 steps of target marketing, market segmentation, target marketing, and market positioning. Understand how different situations in the competitive environment will affect choices in target marketing. Describe the major types of consumer buying behavior. Identify how the firm's marketing strategy must evolve and adapt to match consumer behavior and perceptions of the product. For example, every time if one goes to a store and buys a shirt, any toy, a beverage or anything else, they are making a decision as a consumer. So who is a consumer here? Any individual who purchases products or services for his own personal use but not for manufacturing or for resale purpose. So he is called a consumer. A consumer is the one who is the decision maker whether or not to buy an item at the store, or someone who is influenced by advertisement and marketing. Consumer refers to any person who purchases some goods for consideration that has been either paid or promised to be paid, or partly paid and partly promised. For example, young children are the end users of toys, but their parents buy them. So therefore, in the market where toys are sold, the buyer and consumer are different people. The customer buys the product, but the consumer uses it. So there is a difference between a customer and a consumer. They are different people. An entity that consumes a product or a service, any advertising strategy always targets final consumer. So look here, in this particular pic, you can see a boy is buying a beverage and he wants to drink it. So he is a final consumer here. Now on the other side, mother has bought baby food from the market, but the final consumer is the baby itself, right? Now, introduction to the main concept, that is the concept of marketing. Marketing is often a critical part of firm's success, but its importance must be kept in perspective. For many large manufacturers like Procter & Gamble, Microsoft, Toyota Company, Sanyo, marketing represents a major expenditure, as these businesses depend on the effectiveness of their marketing effort. Conversely, for regulating industries such as utilities, social services, medical care, or small businesses providing a one-of-a-kind product, marketing may be little more than a few informative brochures. Now, can anyone guess what is this pic all about? Those who live in Amritsar, they better know which is this gate, right? It's a hall gate. And you can also see in the above pic, people are roaming here and there. They are buying goods. They are looking for prospective items, right? So what is this? It's a place where people gather so that they can buy the things which they want for their own consumption or for the consumption of their dear and near ones. So here I have quoted some very few famous traditional markets all over India. Johari Bazaar, Jaipur, Dilli Haat, New Delhi, Emma Market, Imphal, Lakkad Bazaar of Shimla. Many of you must have visited Shimla. Those who have visited Shimla, whenever you visit Lakkad Bazaar, and they actually engraved whatever you want to engrave, like your own name, any religious idol name, right? They engrave the name on the pieces of wood, and they make keychains, they make hangings of wood. So it's a very famous market in Shimla. Floating vegetable market Srinagar, new market of Kolkata, Kanauj market of Uttar Pradesh, Lad Bazaar of Hyderabad, right? Now come to local area, your own area, that is Amritsar. So these are just few names. You can add many names here, like Hall Bazaar, Guru Bazaar, Katra Jaimal Singh, Lahori Gate, Shastri Market, Alphaman Mall, Lawrence Road, Kapda Bazaar. So there are number of places where you go and buy things. So all these places are known as markets. Now, examples include shops, streets, or websites. A market is a place where buyers and sellers can meet to facilitate the exchange or transaction of goods and services. Markets can be a physical, like a retail outlet, or it can be a virtual also, like an e-retailer. Other examples include black market, auction markets, and financial markets. For example, suppose in newspaper or in some journal, if you have read, US markets suffer biggest one-day loss in almost 4 years. What does it refer to? It refers to Wall Street, Dow Jones Index, the S&P 500 and Nasdaq. United States is the world's largest marketplace for the most products and services. Now, market can be studied from different concepts. We can study it from place concept, commodity concept, area concept, demand concept, exchange concept, space concept. So, according to the above mentioned concepts, there should be buying and selling between buyers and sellers to be present in a market, but it is not compulsory to have direct meeting between them. Contact, buying and selling of goods and services can take place between customers and sellers through different communication media, like using of correspondence, telephone, telex, wireless, and many more. First of all, we'll discuss about the place concept of market. Generally, the word market refers to a place where buying and selling of goods is performed. Any comfortable place where sellers and customers meet together and exchange goods or services is called a market. Although the word market was evolved from the place of transaction, it is used for broad meaning in economics also. Nowadays, the term market does not represent only a certain place. For example, educational institutes use marketing to attract students in their institutes. Writers market their books to attract readers, and even marketing is used for the promotion of a place for different purposes. A place competes with other places to attract people, businesses, and resources. Next is commodity concept of market. You can buy grain, precious metals, electricity, oil, beef, orange juice, and natural gas. So these are some traditional examples of commodities. But foreign currencies, emissions credits, bandwidth, and certain financial instruments are also a part of today's commodity markets. The commodity concept of market has given emphasis to buying and selling of goods or services. The process of buying and selling of goods or services takes place between buyer and seller, and that's why it's called a market. In this way, place is not important in commodity concept of market. It needs commodities or the services. So here the buyers and sellers are in a relation, or there should be interaction among them. So you can see in the pic also there are different commodities which you can buy and sell, like cattle, pigs, coffee, corn, soya bean, sugar, metals, oil, and many more. Next is exchange concept of market. Exchange means goods are exchanged, goods are taken and given among buyers and sellers. Like we have already know a system which is known as barter system, where money is not exchanged, rather goods are exchanged in place of each other. So here you can also quote the example of Yoruba market in Nigeria or Haitian market. So it's a market where different buyers and sellers gather. They buy goods on different prices, but there is a freedom. Anyone can enter and exit the market at any time. In exchange concept of market, it has given emphasis to mutual meeting between buyer and seller, and there is free relationship between them. Its premise is that exchange should be voluntary, buying and selling between the buyer and seller should be free, and the price of same goods should be equal from competition. To be market, this concept has given emphasis to free relationship between buyers and sellers, and to equality of price of the same goods, which is free from competition. But in practice, always competition can be found in all types of goods and same price for same type of goods. Next we have area concept of market. The market limited to a certain place of a country is called a local market. This type of market locals in a certain place of a city or any area and supplies needs and wants of the local people. Perishable consumer products like milk, vegetable, fruits, so these are sold and brought in local markets. Area concept is related with exchange concept. This concept of market emphasis to free intercourse between buyers and sellers to fix price of goods for buying and selling. But fixation of price implies in certain area from free interaction between demand and supply. For this, it is not necessary to have direct meeting or discussions between buyer and seller. They establish close and regular relationship through different modern communication media and exchange of goods and services. For example, offering a new product at a discounted price for a limited time is a good way to experiment with it and find out how customers like it. This requires a lot of customer interaction and a steadfast commitment to tracking results over time. These days, to online studies, demand for mobile phones by the students have been increasing. So class, are you agree with this? That these days you all must have been demanding new mobile phones or new source for which you can do your online study, right? So there is an increase in demand for mobile phones. Now the next concept, that is demand or customer concept. The market demand curve is the summation of all the individual demand curves in a given market. It shows the quantity demanded of the good by all individuals at varying different points where price varies. For example, let it cost $10. The quantity demanded by everyone in the market is 150 letters per day. Market can be studied from the perspectives of demand or the customer concept. According to this concept, the aggregate demand by potential buyers for any product is called a market. Today's popular product may be unpopular tomorrow and its demand falls. So, market is the customer's demand for goods or services. So, in short, we can say the activities such as contact between customers and sellers, price determination, ownership transfer, etc. These are the necessary factors for market. Next is digital marketing. A few digital marketing examples include social media, email, pay-per-click, search engine optimization and more. Here are the main types of digital marketing which you should consider for your business. Content marketing, search engine optimization SEO, search engine marketing SEM, social media marketing SMM, pay-per-click advertising PPC, affiliate marketing, email marketing, instant messaging marketing. So, it's also known as outbound marketing, where TV ads are given, SMS are given, emails are sent, printed ads are made so as to attract more and more customers. Next concept is of space or digital concept of market. Space or digital concept has developed as a new technology of market. Nowadays, buying and selling can be performed without direct marketing or interaction between buyer and seller. Because of the increasing use of information technology, buying and selling has become possible between persons, one living in one corner and the other living in the another corner of the world. Even they can exchange goods. The communication media like telephone, telex, computer, internet, etc. have made direct contact between the customer and seller on a minor matter. Worldwide websites have facilitated the customers to know about quality, features, price, terms and conditions, etc. of any products of any company by living at their home only. Now, you can look here, we have generally three types of commodities with us. Once we have raw commodities, then hard commodities and then soft commodities. So here are some examples of raw commodities. Grains like wheat, rice, carrot, onion and many more vegetables. Meat such as beef and chicken. Wood from tree. Honey from bee's nest. Minerals or metal from a mine. Crude oil. So what are these? These are all raw commodities. Hard commodities are typically natural resources that must be mined or extracted. For example, gold, rubber, oil. And the third type, that is when we talk about soft commodities, these are generally the agricultural products or the livestock like corn, wheat, coffee, sugar, soya bean and pork. Suppose a farmer buys a put option to sell 100 quintals of wheat at a price of $25 per quintal and pays a premium of 0.5 per quintal or a total of $50. If the price of wheat declines to say $20 before expiry, the farmer will exercise his option and sell his wheat at an agreed price of 25 per quintal. However, if the market price of wheat increases to say $30 per quintal, it would be advantageous for the farmer to sell it directly in the open market at the spot price rather than exercising his option to sell it at $25 per quintal. So, when we talk about a commodity exchange, it is an organized, regulated market which facilitates the purchase and sale of contracts whose values are tied to the price of commodities, example corn, crude oil, gold. Typically, the buyers of these contracts agree to accept delivery of a commodity and the sellers agree to deliver the commodity. Grains, precious metals, electricity, oil, beef, orange juice, natural gas. These are traditional examples of commodities. But foreign currency, emissions credits, bandwidth and certain financial instruments, they are also considered as a part of today's commodity market. So in a commodity exchange, first of all we have an investor who deals with a broker. Then there is a clearing firm who actually exchange goods, and a clearing house is made so that the procedure is very fast and there is no delay. Next we have stock exchange. A stock exchange standardizes investment, allowing people to buy or sell discrete and equal share of ownership in various companies. So stock exchange is a place where different companies get themselves registered so that they can buy, so that the customers buy and sell shares. And if a company gets its name registered with the stock exchange, it creates its credit worthiness. A stock exchange facilitates the transfer of funds between investors and businesses, regulating as necessary to provide maximum safety for everyone's investments. Many stock exchanges exist. Example of some of the stock exchanges are New York Stock Exchange, the Nasdaq, Tokyo Stock Exchange. Other well-known stock exchanges are London Stock Exchange, Shanghai Stock Exchange, and in India we also have Bombay Stock Exchange. Now we will classify the market. So markets based on location: local market, regional market, national market, international market. Market based on quantity: wholesale market and retail market. Market based on competition: perfect market, imperfect market. So under imperfect market we will discuss about monopoly, monopolistic and oligopoly. Markets on the basis of time: very short period market, short period market, long period market, very long period market or secular period market. Market on the basis of the nature of transactions: spot market, future market. Market on the basis of rules and regulations: regulated market or unregulated market. Let's have some real life examples of traditional marketing from different categories mentioned here: Burger King, Google, magazines for women, business magazines, branded magazines like Hog, magazine of Harley Davidson, Zuzu by Vodafone, billboard of Coca-Cola with straw, Pakka Indian marketing campaign by McDonald's. So traditionally we see markets as a venue where buyers and sellers interact towards buying and selling of goods and services. And as discussed, most economists defined a market as a place where a group of buyers and sellers meet to transact over a specific product or service. Traditional marketing relies on offline strategies, including direct sales, direct mail in the form of postcards, brochures, letters, flyers, trade shows, print advertisements through magazines, newspapers, coupon books, billboards, and referrals. Referrals are also known as word of mouth marketing. Other we have radio and television also. So, on the basis of geographical location, we can define a market and we can define its types also. First of all, we have a local market. In such a market, the buyers and sellers are limited and they belong to a particular local region or area. They usually sell perishable goods of daily use, since the transport of such goods can be expensive. Perishable foods are those which are likely to spoil, decay, or become unsafe to consume if they are not refrigerated at 4.4 degrees Celsius or below, or frozen at minus 17.8 degrees Celsius or below. Examples of foods that must be refrigerated for safety are meat, poultry, fish, dairy products, and all cooked leftovers. Next is local market, which is based on geographical area. Car boot sale is a great example of local product market. Use of local services, example franchise operations, hairdressers is another good example. Your local high street or retail park is another example where consumer goods are sold to people who tend to live pretty close. Clients and customers who will buy a product in the region or any area in which it is produced. The local market includes customers located within the region or the product or service is produced or made available. For example, elements of the products are localized adaptation of the Diet Coke product. Next, Here we can talk about regional marketing. So it focuses on all sorts of marketing corresponding to a particular area. For example, co.uk is used for United Kingdom, just as .ca is used for Canada. So they are often used as the domain names, so as to be able to target the multiple regional markets and also search engines. So under regional markets, we have very good examples like sports goods of Jalandhar, hosiery goods of Ludhiana. So these are two examples of regional markets in Punjab. Regional market is population in certain areas that share common characteristics and are distinguishable from other regions. For example, marketing strategies in the Southeast Asian region will differ from East Asia. Due to differences in cultural backgrounds between countries in the area, these markets cover a wider area than local markets, like a district or a cluster of few smaller states. The area can be a part of nation state or consist of several nation states, that is to accommodate the unique preferences and competitive conditions in these different geographical regions. Sale of vegetables, fish, eggs, milk, etc. In this market, sale and purchase of articles is localized to state only and not outside the state. Next we have national market. The domestic and formal market in a given country, that is, the national market describes supply and demand of all securities that are traded in a country. Each national market is governed by the regulations of its own country. It is that market in which the demand of the goods is in nation as a whole where you are living. For example, Hindi book in India can have national market. Outside India, you may not have any market of Hindi books. A national business may not have to understand the culture of the country and developed products and services to satisfy its market. For example, Donut Time is a donut shop that operates throughout Australia. The domestic marketplace for goods and services operating within the border of and governed by the regulations of a particular country. Next is the concept of international marketing. Like as you can see in the pic is of McDonald's. It's an international marketing having a large number of franchise branches everywhere in the world. So markets can be classified in different ways, including by geography, customer, product, or even the behavior characteristics of consumers. For example, when we talk about international marketing, Nokia dust resistant foam, anti-slip grip, and is built flash light for Indian rural consumer. HUL, Hindustan Unilever Limited, introduced shampoo sachet priced at ₹1 for price sensitive Indian consumer. MTV localized programming helped to gain wider audience. An international market is defined geographically as a market outside the international borders of a company's country of citizenship. Some such examples are Amazon, Citigroup, Coca-Cola, etc. These companies have independent operation in each country, and each country has its own set of offices, employees, etc. In fact, even the products and marketing campaigns are customized as per local needs. Next, we have an example of wholesaler. A very good example is newspaper publishers, right? So, the Tribune, Times of India, Hindustan Times, Dainik Bhaskar, Dainik Jagran, Ajit, Punjab Kesari. So, these are what? These are wholesalers of daily newspapers. Simplest example of wholesale chain includes manufacturers, wholesaler, retailer and consumer. But there are wholesalers who directly sell to consumers also. For example, Costco Wholesale Corporation offers bulk quantity of goods at a discounted price. In other examples are Amazon and Alibaba. Produce may be assembled for export. In some countries like in India, China, terminal markets also supply other parts of the country. For example, New Delhi serves as a distribution center to the south of India for apples grown in the Himalayan foothills. Now here we have some wholesale stores in Amritsar. Here is a list of wholesale stores here. Dressline Ganpati Fabrics, AG Enterprises, Radhesham Enterprises, Dulhan Silk Sarees, Vandana Suit and Sarees, Hindustan Supply Agencies, RK Trading Company, Tilak Di Hatti, MS Store, Bhagwati Fabrics, Kartar Textiles, Kanika Creation. So all these wholesalers deal largely in fabrics, suit, sarees, which remain popular in the city. Also, there are discounts, bargaining options to get the best deal from your shopping experience. Now let us talk about the different types of retailers. First we have specialty store, where product line is narrow. For example, Reebok. Next we have departmental store, where we have a different range of product lines. Example, Nordstrom. Then is a supermarket. Large, low cost, low margin, high volume, self-service. For example, Big Bazaar. Next we have convenience store. Small stores in residential areas like 24/7 stores like Big Apple and many more. Then we will introduce the concept of retail marketing in detail. Retail is the sale of goods and services from businesses to an end user, who is called a consumer. Retail market is the process by which retailers promote awareness and interest of their goods and services in an effort to generate sales from their consumers. The most common examples of retailing are traditional brick and mortar stores. These include giants such as Best Buy, Walmart, Target, but retailing includes even the smallest kiosks as at your local mall. Retailers don't just sell goods, they also sell services. So here we can conclude that marketing is the most exciting of all business sports. It is the heartbeat of every successful business. It is continually changing in response to the explosion of information, the expansion of technology, and the aggressiveness of competition at all levels and everywhere. All business strategy is marketing strategy. Your ability to think clearly and well about the very best marketing strategies and to continually change and upgrade your activities is the key to the future of your business. Fortunately, like all business skills, marketing can be learned by practice, experimentation, and continually making mistakes. The key is to best test and test. So, the markets, when globalized, they have created managers to pay attention on international choices also. Many environmental factors, self-reference, criteria, they are putting obstacles in the way of journal and marketing concept. Global awareness and sensitivity are the best solution challenges faced in international marketing. So here in this topic you have covered place, people, demand and exchange concept of marketing, commodity exchange and stock exchange, types of traditional markets, types of commodities, types of non-traditional markets, meaning, definitions and features of marketing, traditional and modern concept of marketing, TCM and MCM, objectives and importance of marketing, market and marketing research, and brand. Read the chapter thoroughly, plan it properly, follow the given reference links, For more clarity of the concept, also you have to answer the following questions. What is the aim of marketing? What do customers need and how can we benefit society? How can we sell more aggressively? What is the main focus of product concept? Which marketing philosophy gives more importance to consumer welfare instead of consumer satisfaction? Rama calls her friend Rita and requests her to sell one of her paintings to Rama's mother. In this transaction, tell me who is the marketer. Next question, which concept of marketing emphasizes on availability and affordability of the product? Thank you, class. So this was all the concept of marketing, and now you have to answer all the questions, read the chapter properly. Thank you everyone.